and then we'll just rob the guy that he owes the money to. And then if anything happens, we'll smoke him and your buddy won't have broken legs. And then I'm like, fuck. And he goes, hey, Bart, you gonna roll? I'm like, fuck, I'm trying to be fucking Victorian, dude.
Welcome back to another episode of Bart from the Heart. Today we're going to speak to the man himself, and we're going to ask him a question that probably will be difficult to answer because there's so many to choose from. But Bart, what is the stupidest thing you've done, but you wouldn't change a thing about it because it's made you who you are today?
Oh shit! I got to think about this one. I'm like Nick too.
You wrote these questions.
I know, but I don't write them for me.
We're getting these blind, bro.
I write it because I think the response is gonna be good. I don't write it for me.
I'll pick your brain a little bit. So I guess from the outside looking in, like there could be things like getting kicked out of A&A. Like that would be a stupid thing a kid would do, but it did, lead you to where you are today. Or even, just making the wrong decisions with gangs or drugs or just, you got a whole slew of options.
I like this question because it sounds like in the moment it sounds like a loss, but it ends up being a win.
Yeah.
You have setting fire to the table at the massage place.
You burned down a massage parlor.
You know what? That's a thing I always talk to Taika about.
You burned down a chiropractor?
Me and Taika, we talk a lot like friends a lot of the times. And people that aren't aware of it, it always catches them off guard. So we were just at Gio's mom's house. It was me, Gio's mom, and Taika. And then something to talk about fire. And then Gio's mom has a typical adult knee-jerk reaction. Oh, don't play with fire, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, we're just going to burn down a chiropractor's office, right? And then Taika's like, yeah, that's so true. And you see Gio's mom like,
yeah, that's so
wait,
true.
What the fuck?
You know the old saying? You play with fire, you burn down the ginseng.
And then you see Gio's mom like, what the fuck? Because I think that era of parent, it's easier to just go, don't do this. Versus like, let's dive deep. What's the nuance? Like, how could you have done this?
And show an example, a consequence.
And then I was telling Gio's mom, I'm like, in our backyard, we've actually been setting fires every single day. But I've been teaching them like in a controlled way. So we have like little rocks in a circle.
Oh, so you're teaching him to respect fire. Basically.
I get a bucket of water. I was like, safety comes before fun. So he always has a bucket of water. And I bought him that like Boy Scout steel and flint thing. Sick. And I tell him like Tinder, kindling, whatever, all that stuff. So we're just setting fires randomly in our backyard every single day. And he's getting pretty good at it.
It's a good skill.
And then I just see that, and Jill's mom's face is just horrified, like just thinking about a fire in the backyard every fucking day.
I guess it's better than having fire be a taboo thing that he's so obsessed with.
Yeah, that'd be me.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna play with it no matter what.
Yeah,
right?
no matter what.
We all did.
That's good that you're trying to counteract the DNA that he has.
yeah. Or try to like I know it's gonna come out, so like let's nurture it, or
he knows the blueprint.
Yeah, like move it around where it's healthy.
Do you think all the times you shit yourself made you who you are?
I think so. There's probably a handful of stupid ass things.
I could tell you what I think is pretty stupid that made all of us who we are is getting that stupid tattoo.
Honestly, dude.
And then I have two of them.
It's a problem. It's a problem in our lives.
That's one of the stupidest things ever.
Fucking stupid.
It's fucking.
I don't wear shorts anymore.
Yeah. I think, okay, one of the stupidest things that comes to mind right now is I can think of is there's a period in my life where I was really into selling E. And when you think about it now, like as a full-grown adult, there's so many risks, right? Yeah. Like back then, I forgot what the classes are, but even marijuana was like fucking class 1 or whatever. It's like having heroin. So back then, they're not as lenient as it is now. So imagine like you go down the list having weed, meth, whatever. Like E is like for sure jail time. And then just the amount that I always had on me, I had like over 100 to 500 pills on me at all times at the house. Could have jeopardized my dad's. I'm living at my dad's house, At all times, I'm carrying around like a couple $100 for 15, 16 years, a lot of money. I could have got jumped and stolen, whatever. I would sell it at school. That's a expellable offense. There's just like
permanent record, all these things.
Permanent record. And it could, like, if I got caught, there's no Marine Corps. There's like, it's like a lot of downstream crazy shit. But I think, like, looking at it with my 40-year-old brain, it was like one of the dumbest things. And I'm not trying to promote go out and sell drugs so you get your own experiences. But I think that might have been the first time I realized what entrepreneurship is.
Crash course.
Crash course entrepreneurship. And then also how like money can't buy happiness, right? But money can solve problems. So I'll start with how I was selling like probably a small amount before, maybe like a couple dub sacks of weed, of weed here and there.
How much money were you making a week at the highest?
Oh, dude, at the highest, I thought I was balling out of control, but I was like 16 and maybe like 900 a week.
That's really
To me, that was a
good.
lot. To me, that was,
It's at 16,
dude.
I don't know how other people view it, but to me, that was a fuck ton.
For doing what you love, too.
At 16, in the 2000s.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's probably like 8-9 grand now.
I didn't even make 900 in the 2000s.
So I got a jump start, and this is all allegedly. But so the jump start was while I was going to Army and Navy Academy, I already severed ties with the old group I used to roll with, and but we were still friends. And I don't know if you remember, but I was talking about when I got to Army and Navy Academy, one of the dudes that used to be in my group, I saw him there. I'm like, what the fuck?
And it was like, we're going to rule this school.
We're going to roll this together, right? So we severed ties and we all split up. One guy went back to China or whatever. And kind of like Joe's story, if everyone disbanded, the Dailos can't do nothing. We leave and then somehow we arrive back at Army and Navy Academy together. It's like, wait, what the fuck? This is crazy. And the funny thing is, I always felt like I had a good moral compass. I just was not disciplined to stick to the compass. So every fresh start, I'm like, I'm going to be so good here. I'm going to get a fucking 4.0. Like, I'm going to be unrecognizable. I'm going to be fucking valedictorian. And then all it takes is like, hey, where you from? Hey, fuck you. And then it just fucking crash, right? That's how it always is. But I got there, I'm like, okay, cool. Oh shit, Ray, we're gonna fucking rule this place. Fuck valedictorian, fuck all that shit. Throw that shit out the window.
That shit was whack anyway. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah. And but I did tell myself, I was like, okay, I try not to get into too many crazy things at once. So I don't want to like sell weed and sell this and like rob houses. I'm like, I gotta be committed, a loyal guy, not be promiscuous in the crimes.
It's like, I'm just so scattered. I need to finish. I just need to be good at one crime.
You got to be organized, right? Yeah.
And then so I was done selling everything. But then one thing happened where so on the weekends I would go back to Rolling Heights and we would all hang out when I could leave. And then our crew, our Dailo, owned like a PC bang place. You know PC bang? Where you play Counter-Strike and all that stuff?
Internet cafe, yeah.
So I'm hanging there one night and then we get this phone call of like one of my homies from back in Cerritos. He was like, hey dude, like, do you know anybody that wants to buy a boat? A boat means like 1,000. A boat. Because I got a hold of this, and then the guy that sold it to me is told me he's gonna break my legs if I don't pay. And then but the guy that was supposed to buy it for me, he bailed out. And then I was like, I'm just kind of stuck in the middle. Like, what are we gonna do? And then like no good things come at fucking like 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning. So I'm just sitting there. I was like, oh shit, this guy, like my friend, he's not like a close friend, but I guess it was close enough where he called me to see if like we can help offload some of it. So I tell my homies that are there that I don't really roll with anymore. And you know, in every group, there's always one crazy ass motherfucker. The crazy ass motherfucker, he was like, why don't we just like bypass your homie, get him out of the situation, and then we'll just rob the guy that he owes the money to. And then if anything happens, we'll smoke him and your buddy won't have broken legs. This is like 15, 16-year-old brainstorms, right? And then everyone's like, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Logically sounds
Yeah,
great.
logically sounds like, because you're just fucking retarded.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, fuck. And he goes, Bart, you gonna roll? I'm like, fuck, I'm trying to be fucking Victorian, dude. Fuck. But then, you know, like something crazy.
I got a 4.0. this
Something,
year.
and then there are boys from back in the day who are like, oh, let's just do like one more thing or whatever, you know, that kind of shit. So we're like, oh, fuck, all right.
One last gig.
I'm like, all right, let's go do it. We go do it, and then so now it's like 3-4 cars deep, rolling down to what is it called, Cerritos, and then we told that guy, hey, like we'll meet you here, and just tell him we're gonna do the transaction, but you do have the buyer, and the buyer wants to meet the other guy face to face, and he's like, all right, cool. So he set all that up, and then we thought we're all fucking slick. So there's a car at the park, the guy's car that was gonna make the drop, and then every intersection we blocked off with our cars. so that if anything happens and tries to escape, we'll just like smash their car and like, you know, try to like block it all in. We're Asians, we're smart. So of course, my homie, I don't want to drop his name, but the crazy guy, he's like, I want to be the one that pulls the gun on him. I'm like, go ahead, dude.
Your plan,
That's
dude.
your fucking plan. You go do it. He's the smallest dude too, but he's fucking cuckoo.
Is he Vietnamese?
No, it's what's funny is like he's this bald Chinese guy, skinny, he looks kind of crazy looking, like he looks kind of scary, like oh, the screws are loose. But then he has the type of accent. So when he speaks like yeah, like when he speaks English, he has a like that kind of like. So it's weird. It throws you off because like, dude, this guy's fucking like Joe Pesci loco, but his accent sounds funny as fuck.
You think I'm a funny guy?
Yeah.
You think I'm a funny guy?
So the car rolls up. You see like the windows roll up. I'm parked in the like kind of like if the street's like a T, I'm parked on this side. I'm watching, and then you see him pull the gun on the motherfucker. Give me all your fucking shit. That guy just fucking freaks out. So my other homie that was in the bind, he's not a gangster. So I think in his mind, the other guy that was gonna break his legs was like some crazy ass like motherfucker. That's what we thought. We're like, oh shit, who's this guy? Fucking El Chapo. That guy was just a crooked, like customs TSA agent type guy. So he was able to smuggle shit in, but because he's a little bit older, he's 25, he's really scary to the 17-year-old. Because when the guy pulled up, all of us were like, that bitch ass motherfucker? Like, you're scared of that fool? So my friend pulled up the gun, obviously, blah, 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 fucking pistol whips him, whatever, and then we ended up taking
Allegedly
pistol whipped him, took all his pills, whatever, and that guy was like all crying and shit. And then the other guy, the guy that was in the bind, thank you guys for saving my life. And then and then when we got back to our base, our PC bomb place,
Yeah, your base.
we divided up, and you know all the pills, and then so that was my jump start because like, oh no, Bart rolled with us, you have to get some too, and then so it was me trying to be valedictorian. I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna start fucking selling E again. And then so
valedictorian to robbing a motherfucker.
and then so to getting like that much amount of E all at once.
Because your supply just went up.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I'll stick with this. But then what was cool is I got kicked out of the military school. And then when I came back to the Peacemaker homies at Mark Keppel, I realized almost every problem you can solve with money, because we'll try to throw these kickbacks. Like, oh, fuck, carne asada is going to cost $50. I'm like, oh, dude, I got you. You know, it's just like almost, I was like, oh shit, that's when I really started to connect life problems with like entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Like a homie, but oh, dude, my fucking subwoofer blew again. Oh, I got you. I'll get you a subwoofer. You know, just, and I think that started to like take little steps towards understanding how entrepreneurship and like creative problem solving, how it's like all kind of tied together.
You're like brainstem bypassed the violence and went straight to money solves the problem.
Yeah. There's other means like a lemonade stand or selling candy bars at an elementary school will probably get you there too. But that was the world that
Margins are a little higher though, dude.
yeah, that was the world that I was in, or that like we were in. So that's the only way that I could experiment.
You can outsource.
Yeah, that's what built that logic and made it stronger for you. That's funny.
I also realized when I stopped selling, all those problems came back and I couldn't pay for it. You know, we'd have like another kickback, whatever. I'm like, sorry guys, I can't get the Calbee this time. Because I vowed to not do it, you know?
That's cool that you can trace when that started to make sense for you in your mind.
You really put your foot down. When was the last time you made your final sale? Because I'm sure that's part of it is how easily you can make sales and make money selling it. Yeah. And then it becomes like almost like a crutch for some people. Well, that's why they never got out the game, right?
It took my second year at ELAC, I think. Because I think you put your foot down each time and you realize you didn't put it down hard enough.
Yeah.
So when I got out of the Marine Corps, obviously no crime. I didn't even do drugs, nothing, right? I'm on the straight and narrow. But like all it takes is if I'm in class and one of the homies like, yo, you want to go whatever? You just ditch class. Pack up your bags, you just leave. I'm out in 15 minutes. And then so it's like, you still have really bad habits. It's hard to say no because you've been saying yes your whole life. And then it wasn't until my second year at ELAC, I think I really got good at like saying no to the friends that want to randomly drink on Tuesday nights or whatever, and then really getting my shit in order. Like if I have to study, I don't care like how hot the girl is. I gotta go study. You know, it took a long time. It was like baby steps, and each time you have to.
But that's where you started. It was just saying no to people.
Just saying no, and like knowing what your goal is, and then saying no all around the goal.
Yeah,
it's hard.
That's the hardest part.
Imagine there's like a cute chick, you just got her number and she wants to like do all kinds of fantastical things to you.
Yeah, you're like, I'm out. I'll see you there.
And then you have midterms and you're like, fuck.
Back then, it was also hard to, when people call you gay for not going out.
Yeah.
It's hard to,
I'm not gay, dude. I swear.
Or like I got financial aid, like 4Gs, and I'm like, okay,
I could turn this.
I could save it. I started to learn about stocks. But then you see a sick ass set of wheels, so you go buy fucking rims and tires.
I'm still that dumb.
It's just so hard, you know?
Well, I mean, that's really crazy that you were able to turn that series of events where most people would probably just continue a downward spiral and you flipped it around. That's very impressive.
Can't wait till Tyga's old enough I can share that story with him. It's gonna blow his brains.
Well, that was another episode of Bart from the Heart. We are here with the valedictorian of ELAC, Bart Kwan. Hope you guys learned something from that. If you have any suggestions for other deep questions you want to ask, just put them in the comments below.
Rob them drug dealers.